Morning, Daryl. Again, artist in recovery. Yeah, memories concerning about the Rose Parade. It's an experience out there. It's an experience out there. Being a native of out here in California, these things are, you know, it's it's a Rose Parade. You watch it either on television and you enjoy it that way, or else if you want to be insane, you join the rest of the lunatics out there. You had the money for the grandstands, it'd be a lot better, but you still had to have somebody else camping out for your spots there until it's allowed for people to do public viewing. And they need the people out there in the stands just for the coverage. But it's right along the Rose Parade itself in the street areas. That's the fun part. Even Hollywood. Even Hollywood was a bit of a challenge. My brother and I did it. Well, we did the Hollywood Parade, the Hollywood Christmas Parade. The Chamber of Commerce was sponsoring it in those days, back in the 80s and 90s and almost 2000s. And before they switched over to the city of Los Angeles, which really screwed the damn thing up, they had a more bigger turnout, more people to see on the parade route, and it was a lot funner. And my brother and I, when we actually did the car, we had to watch out and hope to God that nobody would break into the damn thing. You'd find a spot wherever you could and then haul your stuff to the Hollywood Parade. When it came down for the 80s, oh, good Lord. Let me tell you stories on that one, my friend. Back in the Christmas days, back in the 80s, Ma used to work for a company. This was right after her grandma passed away. We had to have money in the household to pay for the rent, so she had to work her ass off. There was a company called West on Letters that was on South La Brea, a little past Santa Monica Boulevard in the West Hollywood area. We were lucky enough just for a couple of times. See one second. Yeah, I came out of left field. Once or twice, we would park the car in the driveway of West on Letters, and we would walk. We would walk it up towards Hollywood Boulevard. Back then, we had the legs, we had the strength, we had the stamina. It would have been no problem. We also had good bladder control, and we did. We'd get food along the way. We wouldn't pack the stuff. We wouldn't. Not at the Hollywood Parade. The Rose Parade, yeah, you would. If you're going to be doing the overnight, you get your food packed up like that. But everything else, mm. Hollywood, there were a lot of restaurants out there open, including the fast food places. McDonald's was still established out there, but a lot of people went to McDonald's. Now, if you're street smart on this one, you'd go to the street vendors. You would go to the hot dog guys or the street tacos. My brother and I loved the hot dogs. Hoffy had supplied a lot of vendors with the food that they needed. Packages of wrapped up hot dogs with the bacon around it. And of course, in their outdoor grills that they would have the onions cut up. Not diced up, but just cut up, you know, polar, polar cuts on it. And they would have peppers, red and green. Of course, they had to have a little mustard with it. Oh, I'm now craving those kind of dogs this morning. But they would grill them up on a pan. Sometimes it's difficult trying to cook those damn things in a frying pan, I'll tell you that much. But on those street pans, they tried. But they still did it. As long as they got the bacon cooked to a certain point, put it in the bun, slap some mustard in it with the onions and peppers. Oh, paradise. My brother and I had to get about two or three of them. So that was dinner. Oh, do we have a bottle of soda with it too? I have to wash it down with something. These days, I probably need about two or three bottles. Not sodas, but just one bottle for the soda. Or for me, it would be the Gatorade, and the other bottle would be water, and the other one would be milk. Why not? My brother and I also once or twice we had taken the subway when we actually had that damn thing established, the red line, coming from Union Station all the way over to the San Fernando Valley. So we were living in Reseda at one time, and it was like a few years before we moved out of the Antelope Valley, actually to the Antelope Valley, from the San Fernando Valley to the Antelope Valley. Ma wasn't able to travel in those days. Dave and I did a lot of traveling, and we still wanted to see the Hollywood Christmas Parade. But we were going to be parking it in the safe area. The streets were not safe. Back in the 80s, we were barely safe enough anyway. I said barely safe. There were still car break-ins, but you took chances. And the residents who lived like right on top of the Hollywood Boulevard, they didn't allow parking for anything. You had to find different places to park. There was a Methodist church with a big cathedral church close by to the parade ground. Charge, but to be safe, it was guarded and it was gated. My brother and I did that a few times when we could afford it. And we still ate street food. But that one time in the subway, or twice, we'd carry chairs with us. Foldable chairs. Picnic ones. We'd carry those monsters. Carry them on, carry them off. Set them up along the route. And we'd carry stuff with us. My brother also tried to do my scooter. That was a pain in the ass. People hardly. I mean, we'd travel on the street when my brother did a scooter. Pissed off the cops, but you couldn't travel on the sidewalk because people would be crowded all over the damn place. Wheelchairs, it was not accessible to. Scooters, don't even ask about that one. You had to go on the street level. And still deal with the cops. But my brother talked to the cops all the time. So, we didn't have that much of an issue. I miss some of those days. I'm watching still the Rose Parade that they're still replaying from last year's. My mother would have had a field day over this stuff. When she was able to go and she was able to travel before she really got sick and before she couldn't travel anywhere, she'd want us to go. She wanted to see the floats, so we're going to be seeing the floats. And we see them when they were working. I'd seen some of these things blow off steam like crazy, and it was just mechanics left and right. The artistry in this thing, I was taking pictures left and right of them. It was just breathtaking. Breathtaking. They even had at one time one of the parades of the Rose Parade that they did Paramount. No, no, not Paramount Studios. The Port of Los Angeles, and they did this one concerning about a cruise ship. My God, the detail in the damn thing. I was drooling over it. I was drooling all over it. Just, oh my God, it was wonderful looking at it. Port of Los Angeles. Being a West Coaster as I am, and living in areas where are close to the water, harbors always fascinated me, and beach always fascinated me. I guess I was still an Aquarian, so I got to be a water person. And seeing activity along the waterfront, smelling the damn water, one way or another, you're smelling diesel fumes or you're smelling the ocean coming through. It was just some of those days out there. I was with my brother and me, just exploring. At one time in our life, in our adulthood, a lot younger, Ma, Dave, and I took a trip over to not part of Long Beach, but Marina Del Rey, just to do a little touristy thing. Go to the shopping areas and see a lot of stuff. But it was just an experience, just to get out of the house for a while. It became a lot more boring, especially when my mother actually had a tax client out there. And actually, she had two tax clients. They both knew each other, and they both tried to get this combined business going. I don't know if the damn thing was a scam or not, but they were pulling it in, and they were paying our rent. Somewhere in Marina Del Rey, they would have the business going in. The owner would have a yacht out there to live on. I looked at the yacht. Cramped. Cramped. It may have been nice, but it was too damn cramped. And we'd seen the office that he actually had. He could pack it up in one day and then move the hell out of there if he could. He did. He did. It was a long trip from San Fernando Valley all the way out to where he was in Marina Del Rey. Excuse me one second. My nose is driving me crazy here. Early in the morning is not exactly kind to my nose these days. But just going through those things. It's just flashbacks right now. I'm just pausing on. There's a lot more history on some of these clients that I'm not saying just yet. Maybe in another video. Maybe in another video. But the travel just to go down there and see some of the boats. It's one thing I'm seeing the boats outside, but it leaves a bad taste in my mouth because when my father, scratched that, the biological sperm donor that did my mother on the edge of Catalina. Yeah, he purportedly owned a yacht. I don't know what the hell the damn thing looked like. And I was conceived. I'd never been to Catalina Island. I don't know if I ever will. Just gives me too many damn bad memories on that one. Bad feelings, bad vibes on it. Catalina's beautiful. During the drought seasons, pain in the ass. During the COVID, what a nightmare. But in between spots like that, beautiful to go to. I had desires to see it. I'm not quite sure if I really want to get seasick. Yeah, I'm not willing to deal with the express express shuttle going from harbor to harbor, even though it's about a 3 to 5 mile trip. Waters can be a bit choppy and rough, and if you're not secured in those chairs, get tossed out some occasions. But I'm not willing to do that just yet. Maybe never will. But there are certain portions and certain memories I have that I will remember with fondness, and others I wish I probably would have made better ones. I'm just not quite sure about today's memories, but we'll see what happens. Again, Happy New Year, guys.